Welcome to Monday Morning Quarterback, a weekly feature of Cannon Church. I'm Tim Emmett, the senior pastor at Cannon, and on Monday mornings we connect the message from Sunday, the game of football, and the week ahead. On January 8, 1989, the Cincinnati Bengals played the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game. 2 hours before kickoff, a league official informed Sam Weish, the head coach of the Bengals, that his offense, the one they had run all season long, the one that had gotten them to that championship game, it was illegal. They could not run it. If they tried to run it, the officials would flag them for unsportsmanlike conduct 15 yards every single time they ran that offense. That offense was the no-huddle offense. Every NFL team could go no-huddle and would go no-huddle inside 2 minutes if they had to score some points quickly, but no one did what the Bengals did that season, the '88 season. The no-huddle offense was their offense. They ran it on every down, all game long. They wore out defenses because defenses could not substitute players, and they had almost no time to make calls, make adjustments, figure out what the Bengals might do on the next play. As soon as a play was finished, the Bengals were at the line, calling the play at the line, and then off they were. That was the offense they had run all season long. That was the offense that Marv Levy, the head coach for the Buffalo Bills, kept calling. He kept saying that the no-huddle offense was no fair. It was illegal. They should not be allowed to run it. He said that all week long leading up to the championship game, and now 2 hours before the game, a league official says you can't run it. Why? Because from their perspective, the Bengals had broken the rules. And they did. They broke the unwritten rules, and they wrote a new rule book. This past Sunday, we continued our series, What If Love Ruled the World? Jesus invites us to enter and live in the kingdom of heaven. And this Sunday, we discovered that the invitation to live in the kingdom of heaven is an invitation to live in the world without vengeance, without retribution. We heard Jesus say, do not resist the evildoer. And then he gives 3 examples of what that means for us, or what that meant for people in his day. If someone strikes you on the right cheek, said Jesus, turn to him the other also. If someone sues to take your tunic, give to him your cloak as well. If someone forces you to go a mile, go with him too. That might sound like Jesus is calling us just to lay down and be doormats for other people, but each of those acts, each of those examples, they really are examples of spiritual jujitsu, using someone's force against them in surprising ways. If someone were to strike you on the right cheek and you turn the other also without getting too complicated, basically that meant in that world that you'd have to strike them with the back of the hand, which was and remains in that culture deeply offensive. You could get arrested for that. Someone sues you for your tunic, that's your basic garment. And then you give them your cloak as well. If you just give them both, you're standing there naked in nothing but a loincloth. That's uncomfortable and embarrassing for them as well as for you. And they don't know how to handle that or what to do. Someone, a Roman soldier, forces you to carry his pack for a mile, and then you keep going. That puts him in an awkward position. He's only allowed to make you carry his pack for 1 mile. 2 gets him in trouble. 2 also forces him to look at you differently. In each of these examples, Jesus gives us an example of spiritual jujitsu, someone's taking, and we suddenly are giving. It breaks the rules and writes a new rule book. Well, Marv Levy did not get what he wanted. Sam Weish refused to give up on the no-huddle offense. He threatened the league official and said if they did that, if they carried out that threat to penalize his offense, he'd go to the press and tell them about this conversation, tell them the commissioner was messing around with competitive balance and inventing rules at the last possible minute. And he said, I'm sure the people who bet on this game would love to hear that story. The commissioner backed down. The game was played. The Bengals won 21-10. And then in the offseason, Marv Levy, who said the no-huddle was no fair, adopted the no-huddle, and his team, the Buffalo Bills, went to 4 straight Super Bowls. The Bengals broke the rules, the unwritten rules, did something unexpected that forced defenses to react. They did not know how to handle it, and they wrote a new rule book. So what's the playbook for this week? Pray for them. By them, I mean the opposition, competition, opponents, anyone you view as a threat or a danger to you. Pray for them. And when I say pray for them, I don't mean, oh, I'll pray for them all right. I mean pray for them. You pray for them. The people who are or you perceive to be a threat to you, a danger to you, You pray for them the way you would like others to pray for you. Pray for God to be at work in their lives, to bless them, to bring them into the fullness and richness of life in Christ. You pray for them with an open heart, no conditions, no but statements after it. You just pray for them, love them in prayer. That's the playbook for this week. I hope you have a great week.